hope Glorilla don't think that's zesty.
Yeah,
hit the ball.
hitting the sound ball.
Hit the sound ball.
Yeah. Well, shit, since we talking about it, we might as well kick it off with that. You know, peace, family. Welcome to the Man to Man Show where we talk like guys. I'm your host, Steve Jones, and I'm here with my good brother, Mr. 19 Keys.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak. Yeah, so this the second day of Ramadan, right? Or the third?
It's the
third
day for you.
No, I've been going. I actually started a day early. If you don't recall, I told y'all on the last episode it started on the 10th. Here I was starving myself for the whole day for nothing. But it got me in emotion though, you know. But anyway, speaking of the rapper Glorilla, I've been seeing her go viral this week on a couple posts. You know, and it's this word that's been floating around lately called zesty.
Oh, yeah. I call it sassy, but zesty is...
Sassy, zesty, feminine, whatever you want to call it. But she made a couple of remarks, and I want to get into it. Like, on one podcast, she say she don't really, she don't date men that wear sleeveless shirts because she feel like they're zesty.
That's crazy because, now, I seen the caveat she gave. She said... And he got tattoos and he got muscles, which of course I got both of them.
Me too.
So I wasn't really tripping.
Yeah. She say tattoos. Hey, I'm covered.
But I will say this: it's a problem with this whole.
Yeah.
I think in her case particularly, and I don't know the sister, of course, but I think that she has some masculine feature traits. I would say, right, like her voice, and of course some of her mannerisms and things of that nature. And I think what that might have done is like it almost kind of create this projection, to where maybe she can only be with men who are like super masculine that make her feel feminine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sure she probably grew up where people told her she's masculine. The internet tell her she's masculine. Her voice say she sound like a dude. Or they might say
on top of that, she a rapper.
Right, she a rapper. So she may only be able to be with a dude who's like hyper masculine. This is what I'm kind of getting the vibe from her. And this is really probably a lot. Sometimes you see that in a lot of different women. It's because they're not that feminine that they try to point out, right? And say a man is not that masculine. Right? And in some cases it'd be true because it is sassy man season, but it is manly woman season at the same time.
Manly woman season.
Yeah.
Break down this term for me real quick.
Oh, it's some manly women out here. Some testosterone, iron pumping, deep voice, masculine only logically and non-tapped into the feminine persuasive ways of the naturistic abilities to be able to centralize the situation and add vibration in such a nurturing manner. They like that ability. They always working, right? Always thinking from the masculine mind and always focus on the focal of the masculine energy, right? To exert themselves in the world, right? And so a lot of women have celebrated the masculine side of themselves, but they're not really celebrating the feminine side, right? So it's a lot of manly women out here who only have masculine, ambitious goals, and that's what they wrap their identity in. And there's a lot of sassy men out here.
I was just finna get to that. To her defense, I've been seeing a lot of men do a lot of sassy things or zesty things to make her point even valid.
The stuff she's pointed out is not really
valid. I'm gonna get to that too, though.
Her point out one valid actual point yet.
Yeah, now, cause she say a man that get a egg ordered in his seafood boil is zesty.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna double down on that. I feel like a man going to get a seafood boil might be zesty. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't get seafood boils, but I don't think adding an egg changes the dynamic whatsoever. Like that's, if anything, it's masculine. You want protein in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that at all. That to me is just, that's what I mean. That's like, I think that's a personal insecurity that she just has. I really do. I think she has a personal insecurity and she's projecting on him. You know what I'm saying? Her insecurities of being masculine herself.
Yeah, I think people need to real life redefine what the zesty word mean too, because they just labeling everything.
Well, yeah, it's an overuse, oversimplification of it. You know what I'm saying?
I say a man can't order strawberry lemonade.
Come on,
come on now, you going too far.
That is
a
little,
that's a
little zesty bestie. I ain't gonna
What about smoking hookah? Like, yeah, you can smoke hookah. The zesty part about a man smoking hookah is you can't be smoking a hookah recording yourself now. That's when it gets zesty. Just smoke your hookah and just chill.
Because, I mean, that comes from, like, when you got to go to the root and the origins of it. Then you throw context on it, right?
Yeah.
Which is these, like, new narratives with it. Because it be people looking at other people and then just coming up with ways to just talk ish. If they don't do something, then they want to label it negative so that it gives people insecurities that do it. Yeah. Right? But in the reality of it is neither one of these things a lot of times are masculine or feminine. A lot of them are just neutral, right? Right. It's like a person gets, that's like if hookah is feminine, so is weed, right? Weed is nature, it's a plant, you smoking to get high, right? When you get high, you literally become more feminine. It increases your estrogen while you high. So you can't tell me smoking weed is a masculine thing because you get softer as a man. You don't get tougher. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we really being honest, like, if you were to classify it, weed would be a more zesty thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it literally changes you to where you definitely get all soft.
Look,
and
now after we drop this clip,
after they
drop this clip, they're gonna say, "Man, rolling a blunt zesty." You can't roll your blunt.
I'm not saying it's zesty, but I'm saying if we were to classify like every activity,
yeah, you right though.
Weed would definitely be a feminine activity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a reality. You can't tell me men become more masculine when they smoke. They become more feminine when they smoke.
Yeah.
That's just fact. That part of their brain activates more. Their body even become more in tune. They just want to be smoking lazy.
Look, they in the comments to my, it depends on how you lick the blunt.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to be imagined in a man techniques. You know what I'm saying? And judging all of that's zesty. You know what I'm saying? If you sitting there judging a man, like staring at his techniques of rolling, that's weird. And I think that's not like all of this part of the masculine feminine conversation is like the short bus part of the conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the short bus part. It's like you really don't actually understand it. Yeah. You know, like when I look at men's men, and men's men are like real masculine men that other men look up to, right? Emulate, imitate, whatever it may be. You realize that, of course, all the masculine men that I know, like my pops, he like planting, right? He like cutting plants. Like if you think about old mobsters, that's a feminine care thing. But then when we used to go to FOI class, we had to show our nails, right? Because our feminine hygiene would have to be together. Because a man is his mind, which represents his body, right? So if a man's mind is clean, then his body should be clean. Right. So there's a aspect of balance to where the most masculine man in the world has to have that, like,
manicures and pedicures. Yeah. It's okay to get all that. You just don't do the polish now. That's when y'all get to going too far. So y'all can take something that's straight and masculine and turn it zesty, which is what a lot of y'all.
Yeah, I'm not a
especially these rappers, man. Y'all been
You can
tripping.
go get a manicure, all right?
Yeah.
Which is still feminine hygiene care. Fine. But once you start doing, once you start doing all the nail painting, that's when you lost me.
Yeah.
I don't, cause it's like that's like little girl stuff to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get that. Cause
and then they out here promoting it too,
you trying to be cute. That's what it is. You trying to be cute. You trying
to be zesty.
You just say you trying to be cute for the day, but don't get mad when somebody else point out your act, right? Of trying to be cute and then be like, nah, y'all tripping. Let a man be. How y'all gonna define masculinity? Bro, it is femininity. It's okay. That's what you want to do. Stand on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ball your fist up and throw hands. Hey, son, what he saying Friday, son? We use these.
Well, since we talking about rappers, right, we gonna switch to the next subject, right? So my good brother Amechi, he had sent me a post.
We gonna come back to this subject. It ain't over because it's a lot to say.
We'll finish off with it, you hear me? But we gonna come back to it. I had got a text message from the good brother Amechi, and he was like, "Bro, y'all need to talk about this on the podcast." And it was a clip of a rapper who is signed to NBA YoungBoy record label named Lil Dump. Now he was on a speed dating show, and you know the girl, you know where they come out and they ask the girls would they date him and they pass or whatnot. And this one, the girls come out, they see him, and he's like high off of all the prescription drugs in the world, the weed and all of that. And it got his posture kind of like real feminine, weak. You know, he leaning over, trying to talk to these women, but they end up getting into a little brief argument. The girl called him out like, "Why you standing like that?"
Right.
And his response was, "Cause I do a lot of drugs. I'm on a lot of drugs, more than you can imagine."
Yeah, that's it.
It's in a braggadocious way, you know. And what I want to steer the conversation toward is the glorification of substance abuse, you know, because as you can see, like if you all run back and watch the clip or whatnot, you can tell that he young. I don't think he no older than 22 years old.
Well, let's talk about it because you said we switching topics, but it's the same topic to me.
Yeah.
If you high all the time, that is sassy. That is zesty. That is weird.
It's zesty?
It is. It is 100%. Any man that's high all the time, especially around other men all the time, that's damn near down low. You know what I'm saying? That to me is weird. I don't see why you would not want to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you running from yourself, because you got to be if you always high. You definitely in a constant state of softness. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not dealing with reality whatsoever. That's not a masculine thing for a man to be out his mind. A man is to be able to center and soberize his environment to calculate things. Now, if you indulge in the psychedelics or whatever to go in different worlds and come back and use whatever information, I'm not demonizing that. You feel me? That's on you. But to be high all the time, I got to pop a perk, I got to pop a bean, I got to pop a stack. Like,
pop a bean.
Yeah, like, and
you showing your age.
Man, I don't care, shoot. And you following somebody else while you high all day, and when you talk to a person, they can't speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
see, my thing,
that's a follower mentality. That's why it's super sassy. That ain't no leadership.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Like I said, I don't think he no older than 22, and he already addicted to these prescription drugs or whatnot. And I know he ain't the only one, bro. It's a whole wave of adolescent teens out here that's following his same footsteps, not knowing the outcome of this pill, the side effects of this pill. It's hard to shake. It leads you to graduate to them other drugs harder than that because you're going to need something to get high to. And I can't even just blame it on the guys who getting high. It be the women who enable them as well. You know what I'm saying? Cause
at least she didn't like it.
I'm glad that she called it out because we able to like have a discussion about it right now on this platform. But man, it comes to time where you just gotta be sober and get in tune with nature. First of all, the universe gives you all the things you need through people, places, and events. And guess what? If you high all the time, you're gonna miss that. You're gonna miss the signs.
Yeah, being high all the time is definitely not a man activity. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't show me not one real man that's high all the time. And I mean that from a sense like, think about real revolutionaries. Think about real leaders. I ain't talking about people that's just entertained. I'm talking about like real men in history. Soldiers, warriors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the self-medication to like not have to deal with your demons at a time. That's different. But like this generation ain't even doing nothing. They demons is demons. Like, they only got demons because they got demons. They got demons because they get high and they do stuff they don't like, so they got to get higher, right, to try to forget about it. That's what I mean. It's just a cycle. I did something weird when I was high, or you did something weird for a reward of money. You know what I'm saying? And now you need to get high to try to forget about it. Like, we know what's going on. Yeah. Like, a man got to face it. He got to face his reality. Yeah. You feel me? If we talking about the highest level of being a man, you got to face your reality. You feel me? And here's the worst part. If you getting high because your favorite rapper getting high, that's even weaker. That's even sassier. Especially because they probably not even getting high.
Like you know Future for example. He said he don't even do all
If you getting high because you want to be close to Future, that's zesty. I'm just being honest. Like, if you getting high because you think that your favorite rapper get high, you want to do what they do, that's weak. That's a weak boy mentality. Soft boy.
Now, I do pray for the little brother, man. I pray that he look back at that video.
I'm not even really sure what his name is. Who you talk? I'm speaking from a general standpoint.
I think his name Lil Dump or something. But I do pray that he watched the video back and he can see what we see. You know what I'm saying? Because when you handle drugs, you might be in your own world. Not might, you in your own world. You might think you looking good, you getting the money, you fly as hell. But whole time in reality, you looking a mess. You looking the fool, you know? And sometimes you got to go through situations like that to give you that wake-up call, though, you know? Yeah. So I hope he take heed to that whole video, you know?
Yeah, I think you need some OGs, some elders that go spit some real game that you ain't afraid of the blowback where it's like, bro, you look crazy out here.
Yeah.
And a lot of cats be looking crazy out here. Ain't nobody gonna tell them. You look stupid, you look dumb, right? And you don't look powerful. You don't look like you ready for no success. You don't look like you about to lead none. You don't look like you about to take care of no business. You don't look like you standing on no business. You don't look like you a general, right? You don't look rich. You don't look none of that. You look bummy. You look dumb. You look unintelligent, uninformed, unfortunate. You know
I was telling man, go lay down. He needs some milk.
and I say this because this is how my pops, this is how people was. When I grow up, this is how they would get at me. You feel me? Like, you got to get at them like you in the ranks, in the army. You feel me? I think we be trying to coddle people and be like, no, talk to them like this. It's like, there's two ways to talk. I'm going to tell you, the reason I'm getting at you is because I know your power. I know your true power. And yeah, they want you down, but you got the ability to transmute whatever you're going through, face it, right? And really set yourself up high. Not from high from, you know, I got to smoke, I got to pop, you got to do whatever you're doing, because they damn near on heroin nowadays. I'm talking about high level to where you got so much control over yourself, right, that they cannot control you because you know how to move, you know how to think, right? And that's the power that these young black men got in them, but this over self-medication, right? And we live in this world where there's so many different archetypes from a person to choose from. Yeah. Of who you think you want to be, and it's destroying them because they got too many choices out here, right? So therefore, they need to slow down, and this is the reason why you get these extreme archetypes, because it's trying to give, and that's why, you know, I know you got Tristan Tate on the list of things to talk about, but it's like the reason why he becomes popular is because society has made men so weak that they're looking for that kind of strength that empowers them. They looking for that kind of strength where they feel like they have some control over the environment. They looking for that kind of strength where they feel like, oh, I can be a man and I can move through the world, right? So this is what happens when you have the sassy man era. They look for the epitome of a man for them to evoke that spirit of, so they can try to operate and emulate that.
Yeah, I was just want to say, like, the masculine figure that they should aspire to be or aspire to be is not in their actual vicinity or environment. Yeah. So they only goddamn you reflect what they see, you know, what they close to, you know, which is low vibrational beings. That's what they're around all day, you know.
Yeah, low vibrational whole entire environment. Yeah. I mean, from the food to the music, right? It's such a unfortunate cycle because I grew up in it. You know what I'm saying?
I grew up in it. I could be personal and be real with, because I wrote this in my book. It was a time where I went through a phase and I was taking Percocets when I was like 22, 20, early in my age. I had got shot and I was getting subscribed to Percocets. And after the prescription ran out, I had got hooked to them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sassy era.
I wasn't sassy, bro. I was outside, like, for real. But at the
you
same
was slipping
time,
sometimes.
Look, slippers count. Look, I'm just gonna get to
slipping
it.
and sassy.
This is why I quit though. No cap. The same type of situation. One day, I was with my cousins and them, and I was high on the Percocets, on the pills, and they recorded me. I woke up the next day. They showed me this video, and I never wanted to look like that again. Like I damn near like beat them up. And told them this video better not ever come out, so y'all will never see that on the internet. I guarantee you that. But what I'm saying is that's what I needed to happen to me to make me quit. Oh no, I look a mess. Even though I had a pocket full of money and I was taking care of my business and all of that. But the way I looked, oh no, I can't go to that. I can't be that.
You was looking sassy, huh?
Man, I was looking a mess.
No, it happens. I ain't judging you. I'm just saying, like, think about how you feel when you sober and, like, you got your mind and you can control everything, like, stomach in, chest out, head up. Yeah. Like, I done been drunk and high, and then if you play that video back and you look at yourself like, hey, that ain't even me. You know what I'm saying? You almost look like another person.
Bro, I looked at that video, bro, And I was like looking back now, like fast forward to today, I'm glad that they did record me, right?
Right.
And this video whatnot. And we all was in the car high and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just record, I'm just on the video. But I'm like, look at me, look at the
Nodding and
mess.
stuff.
Nodding off, sleep. Hell no, this ain't Steve.
But that's what I mean. That's
it's
what
not
I
Steve.
mean. Like you gotta want to be. You gotta want to be on your ding. Like get your mind right, get your health right. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I respect about Dirk and the team is like he had posted, I'm doing my Ramadan. I can't drop right now, and of course he's doing that to inform people. Like I'm going through my transition, my transformation, my elevation, and it's like in rapping, you don't have to tell people exactly something. You paint a picture, right? So when you show people, oh, I got a star crescent chain, I'm in the mosque, I'm doing Ramadan, you don't have to tell people follow this example. You don't have to tell people, yo, I'm switching things up. No, what you're doing is you're painting a picture. You're painting a picture of what that transitional stage looks like. You paint a picture of transformation looks like. You paint a picture of what it means to elevate from your last situation and going into a different pace, right? And so this is what a lot of rappers have a lot of issues with, is how to paint that picture, right? Of where you are and where you want to be to carry your fan base along with you. And there's a science to doing this, because if you do it too fast, you lose people. Because it's like you moving this fast and they like, whoa, let me catch up. Like now you on the other side and they looking at you like, bro, I'm still here. See, where I'm at.
The science behind it is, when you got these fans, right, and they watch, and you trying to transition, you got to document the process. See, if I don't see you like going to therapy and doing all that, and then you just popped out healed, it's gonna be a disconnect. I need to see you like planning, like, man, I'm finna go to therapy. I'm tired of this shit. I want to see the whole process, cause it's gonna motivate me to like stop what I'm doing, break the old cycles that I'm going through, you know. But there'll be the disconnect with these artists for real, you know. And then like the substance abuse thing, let's get back to that. It's a mood altering drug, bro. Like the way you react to things on that drug is not how you would react if you were sober. You feel what I'm saying? That's why these kids running around calling each other demons, because they in their feelings all day. They moody all day. You know what I'm saying? They sassy. It make you sassy. I'm going to be honest now. Because you going through moods like a woman. Only woman got moods like a cloud. When you look at the cloud and you blink, it's a whole nother shape of something else. Yeah. That's what the drug do to you. So that's why these people are getting killed and killing each other. Then they wake up in jail the next day. They was high when they did that shit. They wouldn't even did it if they was sober.
Had a mood swing.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
So, and see, that's exactly what I was trying to say. I think you said it perfectly articulated. And that's why it's like all things in moderation. You know, I ain't somebody that's trying to, you know, push on you. Don't do nothing at all, right? Because I already know how the human spirit is. You go do what you want to do. But it's like, why not take warnings, right? Why not take the signs from people who've already been there and done that? Man. Where it's like, bro, slow down.
Why not take vitamins? You know what I'm saying? You don't drink your gold water.
Put down the pills. Take the supplements.
Hey, but no,
your body already dehydrated.
But since we talking about the pills, right? It's another topic I had wrote down. And this brother, he actually passed away from substance abuse, taking too many pills. And we talking about the late brother Juice WRLD, the rapper. And I seen a headline this week. His girlfriend, who he was on last dating before his demise, she is now selling his old memorabilia, like his old merch, his clothes, his dreads, and all of that. Now, it's some fans, they divided about this. Some fans feel like, well, that's a way for us to memorialize his death or whatnot. And some fans feel like she trying to exploit the death. Now, where do we draw the line with this type of situation? Like when somebody pass on, do we keep their belongings? Do we get rid of them, the belongings? Or do we just give them away? Or do we just sell them for, you know? What should we do in this?
I'm of the nature. It's exploitive regardless of how you look at it. Obviously, you know, the motivation is money. That's it. The motivation is money, right? Because I feel like there's ways you can go about it. You can go about maybe reaching out to the estate, you know what I'm saying? Reaching out to some people that know him and doing a private sale if that's the case.
Yeah.
But
You could do a museum. Set up a museum.
There's a bunch of things you can do, but and I don't know the young lady's financial situation, but it seems desperate, obviously. You know what I'm saying? When you love somebody, you wouldn't want to give away all their things, not in the way that she's doing it. But a lot of this stuff becomes exploitive, right? In the sense to where they try to make a name as well. Right? They want to be famous. They want to be somebody, right? A lot of times they with the person that's famous because they want to be famous. Right, so I think it ain't too far-fetched to understand that people be doing stuff for money, but I don't know the young lady. I don't know her motives and her reasons, but it's just, when you take it from face value, it just looks tacky. You know what I mean? It looks classless. Because if that's my brother and his baby mama is selling all his stuff on the internet for money, I'm going to take that as disrespect.
Right. Yeah, I feel like, for me personally, I feel like when you lose a loved one, just you can get their stuff to the people that they was close with, that you knew they was close with. You know what I'm saying? Just hand it out. But I ain't a fan of keeping too much of a deceased person belongings in the house or whatnot, because that energy get trapped in your house, bro. Like, I know some people who had lost some loved ones, and when you walk in their house, they got pictures and memorabilia everywhere. Which mean every time they come in the house, they thinking about this, they get sad, the energy. Like, I be having to leave out of some of my people's house, bro, when I walk in, because it make me sad, Right. And then not to mention, like, I used to hang out with the people that's on the picture, so now when they see me, they get extra sad, thinking I was finna walk through the door with they loved one. And it ain't the same no more, So I'm really not a fan of keeping a hella memorabilia around, But I feel like you should keep something, and you know what I'm saying, for significant value that you keep that's personal to you. But as far as like selling,
you can always give it to the family if that's the case.
Yeah, that's what I said. You can give it to a loved one, but don't sell it though.
If you selling it, it's for money. That's it, because you can always give it to family. You know what I'm saying? The family, I'm sure, gonna want those belongings. You feel me? Otherwise, like I said, it's just for money. Next topic.
So, TikTok. Let's get to the TikTok.
The
U.S.
Snap.
Let's get to it, right? The U.S. The House passed a bill to ban TikTok in the U.S. if they don't sell it. Now, TikTok is already banned in 4 different countries, and it has strict restrictions in 10 other countries based on like data privacy and all of that. Now, what do you think the future of TikTok is going to be in America, and how do you think this going to disrupt people who got businesses that they run on TikTok and who was all dependent on that form of income?
Man, let's just say what it is. The whole ban from TikTok is because the Z people don't want them to be talking about free people. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know who the Z people is, you got to do some of your research. You feel me?
The Z people don't want
them to talk about free people. You know what I'm talking about? So the Z people got a pack. You know what I'm saying? And they pack is where, they lobby to different people, and the person that presented, this bill, he was supported by the Z people. You know what I'm saying? Z people, CIA, different agencies, all of that. Yeah. So what is this about? Look at TikTok. TikTok and Twitter right now is really the biggest, what they call free speech platforms, right? It has a less censorship. TikTok still censors, don't get me wrong. It definitely does. Yeah. Now, what they was trying to say officially is that, China passed a law where, if there's any basically China-owned companies that operate, then they have to turn over or give access to their national intelligence and allow them to do whatever they want to. So they saying that this is dangerous to have a China-based company in America
because they can hack our data in America. You know what I'm saying?
If it's true, right? If it's true, I can see that. But I think the real issue is that you got these wars going on, and then you got these people on the platform that's spreading this information, right? And they can't control it. And these young people, Gen Z, Gen X,
they don't play by the old rules.
Nah, and they're being educated from sources outside the control of the media and people who control, and that's a part of this pack. You know what I mean? So now they like, wait a minute. You got this huge platform, as huge as Instagram, as huge as YouTube, right? It's huge as Twitter, and they have no control over that. They never want that to exist in the world. If you, a black man created a platform that was that large, they will figure out a way to stop that. It don't matter who owns it, right? That's their whole thing, is that if they don't have control, they don't want it on the globe. So you got to be a part of the International Players Association. You know what I'm saying? And they saying that, look, y'all ain't part of it. And these children get on here and they start spreading this information. They start spreading, news about what's going on in these wars, stuff that they can't control, narratives they can't control, messaging that they can't control. And they like, no, we can't have that. You know what I mean? That ain't part of the global plot and plan that we got put on this piece of paper that say how we gonna control the world for the next 1,000 years. So now they figured out they running a clock on TikTok. You feel me? Talking about they trying to ban them. But look at this. This is how you know it's cap. Mark Zuckerberg just had to apologize to Congress, right, for having a platform that was intentionally harming kids' mental health, right? And New York had to put a ban on it. Not a ban, but they put
a lawsuit against them.
Yeah, they put that, it's a mental health crisis because of that, a state of emergency, essentially, right? So you're telling me that you are worried, right, of China doing malicious things when you had to call Congress on people that are from America in your own backyard, right? So this can't be the thing. No, that's the reason they running that story about China, is because they can't control it. That's just it, right? And why would they want to control it? Because they had war. They are at war with China.
Yeah. TikTok they just don't play by the rules. Like, on Instagram and all Twitter, all them, you basically got to be verified to get the traction for real. But on TikTok, and then nobody can blow up overnight.
I be seeing Americans talk about, well, yeah, they making our children dumber, bro. Instagram and Facebook is making your children wanna unalive themselves. It's making your children depressed. It's making your children have anxiety and all body sensitivity issues and all of this dysmorphia and all of these new things that starting to come up. Your children been affected by social media. Don't act like it's one platform out of all. This is a cross-lateral platform issue all throughout social media. So it's not no one solve and then all of a sudden we become remoralized in America and we got values because TikTok gone, or it comes under new leadership. Because who was the new leadership? The guy, the former secretary, former Treasury president, whatever, head of Treasury Department that was Trump's, is now trying to buy it. And who is he in business with? He in business with the Z people. You know what I'm saying? So you got the government forcing them to a sale so that they homies can go buy it up and control it so they can run the same play that they've been running on all the social media platforms.
Fat message.
I mean, it's the game. That's the game. That's how they play the game. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing for all the creators. This is why creators, you have to be what we call a content polygamist. You know what I'm saying? A platform polygamist, right? Meaning that you have to not be married to one platform, right? You have to make all of these platforms, you know what I'm saying, your wives. And you have to spread your seeds all throughout them. So regardless of what's happening on one, you can still aggregate, you know what I'm saying, that content on different places to make sure you can still tap into your community and you can have income spread across multi-platforms. Why? Today we had our platform demonetized on YouTube. Why? Because they said we was dropping too much content that's similar to High Level Conversations, which is a show that I own, but they saying that we didn't change it or do anything creative. We just reposted, but they don't know we own it. So now we have to put a 5-minute video explaining that we own it and showing proof of it. But imagine if they just cut that off and they don't bring it back. Now and imagine if we was relying on that heavily as a source of income, which we not. But that means that you got to make sure you have your seeds in different places, right? Not just multiple streams of income. But you have to have multiple ways to stream that income. You know what I'm saying? So content is one stream of income, but having multi-platforms, why wouldn't you use it? So TikTok influencers, take this as a warning, regardless of what happens in the future, to not be married to one platform and make sure you find out multi ways to monetize your platform. See, we use AI. We're going to be teaching AI and doing a free AI webinar and workshop. And, we're going to do bonus lessons on crypto. So make sure y'all join that. Go to 19keysai.com. But, I'll probably end up throwing in something bonus about content and branding and things of that nature and teach you how I run my platform right on the back end. Because, like I said, you have to be a platform polygamist. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure you monetize in the different ways. You have to make sure that you're constantly increasing your creative capacity and strategy on how you go about using these platforms so that you don't have, financial insecurity, right? And the anxiety that comes from being unsure about your income sources. So that's going to require creativity in this world because AI is here. I've been teaching on it for the last 6-7 years, right? Giving people the sauce, giving people the game, trying to warn you before. Now the time is here where you won't even have to be a coder anymore. You have to be creative, which means you have to be able to be a visionary. You have to be able to learn how to prompt. You have to be able to design something. You have to be a project manager, right? You have to be able to communicate your vision clearly, right? But here's the beauty of it. It's not just about the idea you come up with because you have to have a platform. You have to have a community. You have to have a network because right now, I'm going to tell you the most important thing that's going to happen is your distribution channel. Right? Your broadcast channel. I need you all to understand the message that I'm giving you now, right? At any moment in time, any of these things can disappear. So you want to make sure that you have access to your community. Put them in a text chat, put them in a group chat, put them in a Telegram, put them in a WhatsApp, put them in a Facebook group, right? Have all of these different places so that if one thing goes down, you always have access. Now, listen, I'm going to drop in the chat a link to a platform that is quantum encrypted so that your data is safe and that it is the most secure and private data app, right, that's out there today. And why do you want quantum security? It's because when they start rolling out all these AIs and these quantum machines, none of your data is safe. Even the 2-point authentication factor apps is not going to be safe, right? Because these computers are going to be able to hack it. So quantum encrypted communication platforms are the next wave. So you want to be ahead of the game now to where nobody can spy on your communication and your data.
All right, so speaking of AI, right, the European lawmakers have agreed on the AI Act, introducing the binding rules for transparency, ethics, and governance over high-risk AI systems. Now, let me break this down. They got regulations on AI, which means they can control what type of AI that you put out in the future. Now, this is dangerous for people who got new softwares or what new projects or ideas that they want to build. If it don't meet the guidelines, you ain't gonna be able to put it out.
Yeah.
You know. Now that's crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? Because
they already stated that they only want a small group of people to have control over this tech. AI is not one of the ones that they.
Yeah.
Listen, the world has gotten to a different place, man. I'm gonna just let y'all know. You remember Tesla? Tesla had all this technology.
Yeah.
Free energy. There's brothers in Africa that's talking about they're able to pull energy from
out the
radio
air.
waves.
Radio waves.
Connect. They don't want you to have access to this technology because it changes the game. So with AI, this is not one that they about to play with. AI is a technology to where they're trying to figure out how do we control it, right? While we constantly innovate, because it's not something you're going to uninvent and you can't unrelease it. It's there, it's out in the wild. There's always going to be private actors, private sectors, people that's going to utilize it. What they're trying to do is have only a small few, right, who control the whole technology. Because even if America wanted to stop using it, other countries are going to use it. So that makes it a mad world. A mad world is what you talk about mutually assured destruction. Mutually assured destruction came about because when they started to create advanced weaponry, such as WMDs and lasers, they wanted to make sure that they basically said that you cannot create something more advanced than what we have. And of course, America and the other countries broke those treaties when they started to create more advanced weapon systems. And they said, okay, forget all of that. We just go stockpile ours and y'all do y'all thing. But mutually assured destruction was basically saying that, look, you gotta, if your missile shoots over here, ours shoot over here, then we both go, right? And then we started to make stuff that was undetectable, stuff that was faster, right? And they said, oh, nope, this ain't equal no more. So every country is trying to make sure that they have access to this technology, because imagine if you got a quantum computer bot that works in a manner to where it's destabilizing somebody's economy, or it sets up a propaganda machine to control the things that people think, right? Create narratives and messaging. So that's more powerful than 1,000, 10,000 CIA agents. You know what I'm saying? Collecting data, going inside the country. So this whole thing with AI is something that you want to deeply pay attention to. But the democratization, the bills around AI, the legislation around AI, I think is more important than people go ever realize. Like, even as we talk about this next election, you want to know what these presidents think about AI, transparent rules around them, racial bias, right? All of this stuff that's built in, the inherent biases that's built into the AI is important. I had that conversation with Tech with X, and they found out that, first of all, when they utilize the AI machines, there's a racial bias built into it just based on names, right? So if they're using AI and you come up with the name Jabril Muhammad or Steve Jones, right? Steve Jones might pass this.
I might pass. I got one of them white names.
That's a very slave name. But it might be somebody like DeMarcus Johnson. Right? Even if you have the same qualifications, they're going to mark yours down, and they're going to pick somebody named Billy White in front of you. Right? Now, this is a real test that was done, and they found out, right, after a large sample size, that it was biased consistently. So while people complain about Gemini not generating white pictures of historical figures, we have real racial bias built into the AI right now, and that's in all of them.
And that's what I'm finna get at with this AI regulation, right? The Z people controlling this too. So you already got to know, if they gonna regulate it, they gonna have some more biases that they build in this AI tech.
They gonna full Warren G, the regulators, man.
You got to know that.
The regulators.
Man.
I think that there has to be some regulation for sure, because this stuff is crazy. But the problem is that the people who control the technology, they ain't got the regulations. Because even the Congress can't. They don't understand this technology.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
The people who make it don't understand
it. What's his name? Elon Musk. He predicts that AI will be smarter than all brains on the planet put together by the year 2029.
Well,
I think he's reaching though, but at the same time, it's always a possibility.
I don't know about all that. He's speaking from a different standpoint. You feel me? I'm talking about the melanated mind is so powerful. It created this universe. You know what I'm saying? Nothing will ever be that powerful. You talking about a machination of an extension of our brains, but not our minds. Our mind will always be more powerful. Our mind is the molecule of the beginning of the universe, and nothing will transcend that. We are the great design. Nothing will ever be designed greater than the mind, right, of the original people of this planet Earth and this universe. So I want to say that as a blanket statement. Now, being smarter, right, than the average person is a very interesting thing, because the average person, you have to look at education levels, socioeconomic levels, and there's a large percentage of America who are financially illiterate, right? So AI is already more financially illiterate, right, than what 99% of the people on the planet. That's done. AI trained large language models that's trained on, law, right? It's smarter than most people on the planet. All those different things, most people are, if you think about AI and you think about the way it's set up, you have niche AI, super niche AI, right? And you have general AI, which they're saying that some of these may be general or sentient. But you have to think about it. There are some people on this planet that are high level. They can do they're multimodal. They can do multiple things, right? Mm-hmm. So those are and it's not everybody on the planet. It's a small percentage when you really dial it down, the people that operate at that super high level. So there are some people on the planet Earth that are like those sentient models that are like quantum machines. They can do large mathematical calculations. They have a large ability of language models. They're polymath. They have universal capabilities in multiple fields. If you build AIs and you will say that these are your general models, then you have super niche people. People who have low analytical skills to where their jobs don't require them to perform brain tasks. right? So they're not doing that much thinking. AI is already smarter than that mass population of people, right? This is where you develop tasks, robots take over. But then you have people that are like, an accountant, right? You develop an AI, it's already, right, know the rules of that so it can already replace an accountant. But that accountant can be creative. That accountant can be an artist, right? That accountant can have other ideas and be visionary in different ways, right? Human beings have a massive amount of potential. Most people will never reach it, but it's not so simple as being smarter, right? Because the human potential and the spirit of the human being and the will of the human being is the true power. The problem with the Caucasian and a lot of these scientists is, first of all, Freud is not the model, right, to measure when you talk about African psychology, right? This is just a fact, right? He's the Western model that they use, but he is not the model.
Who?
Freud. Freud, they father of science. And I say that because when you went to Africa, they looked at, they got that from the spiritual people. They went to the Egyptian mystery schools, but we were studying spirituality. It's not a psychology. It is a spirituality, right? It's the study of breath, ka, ki, chi. You go to Eastern, it's ki, jong. That's the flow of the spirit. But they didn't believe in the spirit. They believe in the brain, the measurable, the psyche, the mind, and the knowledge of, which is the ology. So they have the psychology. So they measure everything based on this psychological system, based on the principles of the brain, weighing of this brain and this mind. But in reality, there is something far higher than they can fathom, and that's the spirit. And because they don't have spirit, because they don't have that rhythm, because they don't have that soul, right, that they're completely dismissing it and they're underestimating it. So they're not trying to make soulful robots. They're not trying to make spiritual robots. They're only modeling after one of our brain, not even our gut. Our gut is our intuitive brain. Like, I'm under the same ideas of my brother Yaki, where he say, this is our second brain. This is our first brain.
Facts.
Right? So they made an instrument only on our second brain. They haven't even mapped the first brain, the gut microbe system, and the instinctual abilities that we have, and definitely ain't tapped into the spiritual and the soulful power of the human abilities. Ooh. So when you talking about that God talk, no, it ain't gonna be smarter than the gods, just the devils.
Facts. All right. So we gonna switch it around. I feel like we pretty much summed
Come on,
up
they ain't got no
AI
large
talk.
language model like that though.
Facts.
They ain't got no large language model
I feel like we summed up the AI talk,
Talk
but
to me.
I
Make sure y'all go to 19keysai.com. This Monday we're gonna be giving a free masterclass. Yeah. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all tap in. You do not want to miss this.
19keysai.com.
And I got guests coming in. My brother Mr. Grateful. We got a bunch of different people, man. Click the link, 19keys.ai. Make sure you register because we gonna close it at 10,000 people. We got thousands of people already registered.
All right, now this subject I want to get into, right? It's crazy because I haven't really seen this on my timeline at all, and I'm gonna talk about what's going on in Haiti.
Ooh, I didn't even get a chance to do all the research, but I know about barbecue.
I'm gonna get you updated. You did.
Talk to me.
Look, check this out. A few days ago in Haiti, right? It's been going down over there. The gangs have took over Haiti. They done went into the prisons and released 47,000 inmates. They done tore it up. They had to bring out the National Guards to create a curfew. But what they trying to do is they was trying to get the president to resign. Well, fast forward to today, they got their mission done.
The president that came after the last president was assassinated.
Yep. The president that came, they ain't like him. They wanted to get him out, and they caused havoc in the city to make sure that he gone. So before he resigned, they had to fly the whole U.S. embassy out there, like evacuate them from out of there and everything.
Somebody was just telling me to go visit Haiti.
So look, check this out. Today they got a new leader, and he's a gang member, and his name is Barbecue. And he wear black Air Force Ones.
I don't think y'all should play with barbecue. The gangs is dangerous out there in Haiti, first of all, and they do know that voodoo. You know what I'm saying? That voodoo out there, do not play with barbecue is all I'm gonna say. Cause he got that name for a reason.
He wear black Air Force Ones and he listen to Kodak Black.
So they say that it cannibals out there. They said they've been eating people.
Facts. What?
And with a name like barbecue, I would, I would not want to end up on that brother's menu.
Man.
So I was,
But you
I
know
was
my
just
thing though,
saying,
like I said, I ain't seen it on my timeline and people ain't talking about it. And
because
Haiti
Haiti
got a
has been
rebellion.
going through a
Yeah.
lot of unfortunate situations. Poverty levels are extreme. Destabilization of that country is extreme.
Yeah.
And the history of Haiti is is the most important lesson in human history, in modern human history, especially for the melanated man to look at. They won their war, and then the French stole from them. They stole reparations. How you have to give the people that you took out and defeated from your country, being under their
Yeah.
colonization, right? And then you have to pay them, bankrupting that country, leaving them consistently destabilized, getting Hillary Clinton in there, stealing money from them even more, right? And then putting this puppeteer leadership in there, and there's been constantly stabilization been going on since, and there's been no love for Haiti whatsoever. Right? There hasn't been no real relief. I remember when I was in high school filling up those big cartons. We had these big container tanks, and we would grab all of the water. We were sending them to Haiti for the Haiti relief. I believe it was after the hurricane.
It was after the hurricane. I read a book about it actually.
Yeah. So that's, Haiti is in my heart. You feel me? And I definitely would love to visit Haiti, and prayers to go out to Haiti. And inshallah that, there's a cleanse of a spirit in Haiti, right? To where they can find some stability, some structure, and some order, right? I don't know what their pathway looks like. I don't know who the brother Barbecue is. I can't say that I am hopefully knowledgeable about the politics of what's going on. And I would do some more research, and inshallah I'll have somebody that is knowledgeable as a guest on High Level Conversations. But one thing that I do want, for Haiti is a better future. Because if Haiti is like the spiritual spear, right, of the revolutionary energy of this planet Earth, and if they can get back right, that represents something for the rest of the diaspora.
Yeah, and that's why they don't really show it on the timeline. They regulated it. They don't want you to see that. No black people rebelling. I guarantee you that. And speaking of black people, right? Let's talk about the good brother Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he was with them Z people.
Yeah, he was with the Z people. Then he went and spent $7 million with the Z people too. I seen him go in the Gucci store and spend $7 million. Now, some people gonna argue and say it's a tax write-off. But my thing is, shit, you got Haiti going through something. You got hood that got food deserts. You could have put that money in a whole bunch of spots that helped black people out more than you just going in there to buy some clothes.
Everybody ain't with us, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the reality. Floyd ain't with us. He with them Z people. It is what it is. Floyd with them Z people. He ain't the people.
But us, our people, we love us some Floyd Mayweather. We support the fights. We go do all of that.
We love.
We spend all out. We the reason he rich.
We love a winner.
Yeah.
We love a winner and we hate a winner. You know what I'm saying? Same people want to see Floyd win. People pay to see him lose. It's the unfortunate story. Floyd is no Muhammad Ali. We know that he's not the people's champ. He never is. He never was. He said he wasn't gonna get political. He didn't want to talk about, black people issues when the George Floyd thing was going on, right? And other different situations. But then, as soon as he get the opportunity to go over there, because he does business with them, right? And he has to put on the proverbial dress, right? And this is him putting on the dress. It comes in different forms. The dress ain't always, feminine skirt that you put on. The dress is the dance that you have to do so that they know you, my boy, and you are safe. You are not some crazy, unhinged Negro with money. You are with us. See, the intellectuals of this world, long time ago, they talked about it in the old film, I think it was in the 80s or the 60s, how they will go find and build up some Negroes, right, that were smart. And what they would do is they will pull them in to where those Negroes may feel like they're a part of this new society. And it will make them shun the rest of them to where they have more loyalty, right, to this new society that they're a part of than where they came from.
Yeah.
And so they particularly build up because they don't want the smartest and brightest ones out there just moving on their own. No, they invite them, give them a seat at the table, and say, hey, if you want to keep eating here, you want to be bigger, better than the rest of them, right? Then you got to play the rules that we play.
Hey,
you have to put on the dress in some sort of way.
You know what's crazy? Like, I could be wrong. I'm just hypothetically speaking. I think he trying to initiate the rapper NBA Youngboy to that, because I feel like once he started getting, you know, he got the ties with Mayweather because it's the baby mom. You know, what's his name? Youngboy got a baby with Floyd's daughter. But NBA ain't started doing weird shit until, you know, they got that connection. He started painting his nails and doing all this little weird shit. Maybe he trying to introduce him to the Z life, you know. But I could be wrong. But pay attention, man, to this programming that they doing, because it don't just reflect on us. It can't. They actually can't program the guys, but they can reach the children though, and that's what they going for, you know.
No, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous out here.
It's dangerous.
But Bitcoin reached an all-time high, still going up.
Yeah,
it's at 73,000 last I checked.
I think it's at 67 now. It's fluctuating.
It's fluctuating.
See here, first of all, Bitcoin is due for a nice little dippy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some dips. You feel me? You can't get your chips without dips, man. That's just the way that crypto rolls. You feel me? If you want them chips, you gotta roll with the dips. You feel me? Bitcoin go continue to go up and down a little bit. It's at 60, 67. That's the nature of it.
Yeah.
Bitcoin has had about 3-4 new all-time highs, rolling through them without having any major dips. Usually you're going to get a nice 20-30% dip, right? Some analysts talking about it's going to get a nice little shave it down to 40,000. But what you're seeing is between Michael Saylor and BlackRock, right? They're some of the hugest holders of Bitcoin, and they just bought even more, right, as it was going up. This is a different type of crypto summer that's going on. You're going to see some dips. You're going to see some manipulation in the market. But what I can guarantee is that there's opportunities in the AI, in the gaming space, in the small caps, in the top 10, top 15, top 20 cryptos, right? So you want to be in the game and not out of the game. So make sure y'all tap in, go to 19keysai.com. I've been telling people, make sure that every time I go watch my last 3-4 Market Mondays that I've done over the last years, and go see the specific companies, cryptos that I mentioned. Go look at every wave in technological innovation that I say is coming, and look at my rate of prediction, right, when it comes to the future. I talked about NVIDIA, I talked about Microsoft, I talked about AI, I talked about blockchain, I talked about Bitcoin. Every time they asked me about Bitcoin, whether it was down or whether it was up, I said buy it. I said go ahead and hold. You know what I'm saying? I told you Ethereum. I even gave you the all-time high strategy. I put that one out there for free. And if you listened, then you made money. I don't force nobody to listen. You know what I'm saying? My expertise comes from my study, my training, my experience, and the time that I put in to hone in my craft. And I'm a futurist. I'm a thought leader. I don't claim to be the best investor in the world, none of that. But from being a futurist, I end up becoming an analyst. So a lot of my theses about the future when it comes to innovation are 100% correct. Sometimes you have to take your time to see that come true. Everybody's not an innovative type investor because you got to wait. So for mine, it's like when you talking about, I just dropped a tweet on my Twitter. I mean, not my Twitter, but my Instagram. Matter of fact, I'm about to drop it, and it says this. So look,
You talking about I dropped it?
I ain't dropped it yet. I'm about to drop it, I guess. Thought I did. So no, it says areas you should study. This was 2021, July 7th, so 7/7/21. Quantum computing, first thing I put up there. Spatial mapping, right? So now when you look at what you go into the goggles with AI, that's spatial mapping. First thing it does, it maps out your environment. Why? Because I wanted people to understand, create content in that matter, think about the world in that matter, understand what's going to happen, right? Robotics, 3D printing, augmented reality, virtual reality, hologram, spatial reality, artificial reality, regenerative design. Regenerative design is like what everything is now with text to image, right? So I was trying to give people the salt. This is before them AIs even came out. Why? How did I know? Because I be studying, man. Future of technology, of course, blockchain, cryptocurrency, right? Generative design. So I was trying to give people the sauce for a for a minute. And if you listen, you benefit. If you don't, then you don't. And I'm at this point now, it's like those who tap in, because what we're going to be doing is creating private communities and schools, you feel me, to where we can teach you how to see the future too, prepare for it, and take advantage of it, to where, you know, you can be the one that's ahead. You can be the one that, you know, benefits from it, right? Get creative, create new income streams, become a consultant, become the next thought leader in these spaces, create content in these ways. When I was pointing out that type of content 5 years ago, now, I mean, look at all the people that listen and they was able to become content curators in that space to where now they getting paid 6 figures just to consult companies because they were 6 months ahead of it. And now they have enough knowledge from the knowledge gap process to where these companies need them and they created a job for themselves, right? That was the whole point of giving the game. Not to try to shame you so when it comes, I can say I told you so. Because I'd rather say I'm glad you listened. Make sure y'all go to 19keysai.com and make sure you register now and tell a friend. Get your child to be there. Tell your boyfriend, your sister to be there, right? Why do you want to keep missing out on the opportunities when you can be ahead and you can start flourishing in some of these things? Get your business right. Learn automation. 2019, I did New America, mobilization, automation, digitization. We gave the game in the sauce. You feel me? Like, come on now. Like, how many times does you go complain and resist when a revolution is here? 19keysai.com. Register now. Make sure you type in done when you finish.
Yeah. The link is in the bio. All you gotta do is click it. Just press it. It's free. It's free for everybody. Just click it. Press the link. Go check out the AI link. You know, I got 2 more topics, and you can call it a night.
Man, it's Ramadan, man. I gotta go eat me some more food.
Oh, you need to eat again. All right, but these quick topics though. Well, we just gonna pick one of these 2 topics then, cause we gotta let the people know that it's official. The presidential election is gonna be between Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
What about RFK?
It's gonna be between Donald Trump and Joe Biden in November. You dig? Like, it's going down, man. And it's looking like me, I predict Trump gonna win. Because I don't think nobody rocking with Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. They said he had a good speech. They said he took some good something that had him like hyper up during his speech.
But AI wrote the speech probably 9 times out of 10.
They say Sleepy Joe had he took something that had him spiked up for long enough. But then some people was like, man, I don't care. Even if like
so he made too many promises that he didn't follow through from the last time.
If you got an 80-year-old grandpa and you know he most of the time he's sleepy, he down, he ain't doing nothing right, and he got one moment for 1 hour, you know what I'm saying, where he's spiked up and he's giving a so-called great speech or whatever, that doesn't mean he can go do the job behind that speech. Right? No, I don't need to see you jog. I need to see you do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what.
Look, if you could give me 20 push-ups, you give me 19 push-ups.
You got my vote.
You got the vote.
You got my vote.
You give us 19 push-ups, I'm going to get up there early in the morning, and I'm going to go vote.
And jog. 19 minutes of jogging, 19 push-ups.
He can't do 19. You pushing it now.
I got to sit.
He can't do 19 minutes of jogging. Like
he got that's how you get my vote.
I just give me 19 push-ups and you got the vote.
I just need to know you fit for the job.
Man, thank y'all for tuning in to the Man to Man podcast. You know, I appreciate all of y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Don't forget to hit the 19keysai.com link that's in the bio. Make sure y'all tap in. We're going to be teaching a lot of AI news that y'all need to know. Y'all can generate an income off of it once y'all learn this information. Until then, this episode is sponsored by Goldwater and Crown Society. Make sure you go get you some frames. Supermind.
And there's something called Godly and I can't tell you what the next is. Yeah. I need y'all to guess. It's a new product that's coming that's going to hit the streets. That's going to be different. It's called Godly and y'all just going to have to figure out the second word.
Yeah.
It's 4 letters. So that's going to be your hint. You know what I mean? Whoever figures it out first, I'm sending you a bottle.
Yeah. Also, I got a new project. I can't talk about it right now, but I will be launching within the next few weeks, so you'll hear about it in the next few
Okay,
episodes
okay.
that's out.
I thought you weren't gonna give
Guaranteed.
them no details. I
Nah,
got a new
nah,
product. I can't talk
nah.
about nothing.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
be.
give you
It'll
no
be done.
details.
The product will be done this month. The
Okay.
rollout will be at the beginning of next month. So give me a couple shows. I'm gonna bring y'all in on this insight. Hopefully y'all tap in and mess with your boy. You dig? But until then, good night. And don't let whatever was the saying. I'm just